Hi, welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally and I'm at the 2019 Brisbane Resources Roundup, and I'm speaking with Brett Smith, Managing Director of Corazon Mining. Now, Brett, you've recently appointed Terry Streeter to your board. Now, Terry is a well-known nickel identity. What's the reasoning behind such a prominent appointment?
It's something we've been considering for some time, and it's just finding that right person that had a good mix with the company and our assets. And Terry, as you said, well-known identity. He's been a big shareholder and director of some very successful nickel sulphide companies such as Jubilee Mines and Western Areas. He's been to Lynn Lake a couple of times with his experience with Western Areas. They were in Lynn Lake in 2008. Terry liked what he sees. I think he sees us as a kind of similar prospect, early stage nickel assets, and we believe he'll add a lot of value in the drive and the push and the focus on the Lynn Lake nickel sulphide project.
Okay, so the Lynn Lake nickel sulphide project, that's the one in Canada.
Yep.
So Terry's obviously had a look at it. He's run the pencil over it and all that. He obviously likes what he sees, the potential there. Yep. So what has he been seeing? What have you been up to there?
Well, it's nickel is the flavour of the month, so to speak, but the forecast demand for nickel looks quite good in the future off the back of the rechargeable battery sector and the growth in the stainless steel industry. So the nickel price has increased. It's been at all-time lows recently, and a lot of the nickel exploration companies have suffered because of it. What we're doing now, we've just completed new resources. End of last year we updated the resources, and this is on the back of, I guess, work since 2015 when we acquired the main mining centre. So we've updated the resources, new drill hole information, all that kind of stuff, added a considerable amount of metal to the resource and tonnes. We've done new metallurgical processing for the first time in 40 or 50 years, and that's been absolutely incredible. So that's allowed us now to consider mining studies on the project and really scoping studies. So we've embarked on that, commissioned that, started already. At the same time, we're doing a whole heap of targeting in and around the mine area. It's never been done. Very early on, when we got the data package from the acquisition, we looked at the exploration potential, got focused on a few high quality targets, but we've never closed that loop in the mining centre. Right. And we know this perspective that every company that's drilled in that mining centre has made new discoveries, and us being one of them. So.
Yeah, and you say you've made some new discoveries there. You're obviously out there doing a little bit more drilling. There's a lot to do with all the studies.
Time is tight. We hope to be able to get a small drill program in towards the end of this year. Winter's coming on. It's a good time to drill in that part of the world. We can drill in the mining centre all year round, but it's better in winter. And so we hope to get a small drill program there at the end of this year and continue on to next year. So that's the goal. We can generate the targets. It's a lot of work. We're testing new geophysical processing techniques, which look quite good. We've had a preliminary test of those in the mining centre. They seem to be mapping mineralisation down to about 700 metres. So it's early days, but as soon as we can release more information about that, we will.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of work been happening at Lynn Lake, and in the time you've had the project, which is about what? How long have you had the project now?
We first got our foot in the door in 2010, some exploration ground, and really the suppressed nickel price and the nickel market's been a benefit to us. It's allowed us to accumulate a very good project. In 2015, we bought the main mining centre quite cheaply, and we pulled that project together. We're the first company to have that entire project under our control since the mine closed in 1976.
Yeah. And so with all the work that you're doing there, I'm sort of alluding to reward for effort. The market is sort of they're aware of what's going on out there. Do you think they're paying enough attention to what you're actually getting done?
Possibly not, but no one's been paying much attention to nickel. I mean, we've explored in 3 areas in Lynn Lake and made 2 discoveries. And some of those discoveries are just fantastic. But you're right, there's no reward for the capital put into exploration. So we've had to hold back on the expensive drilling side of things. We think that the kick up in the metal price, the sentiment behind nickel, it's a good time to reinvigorate those targets as well. I mean, we've got Fraser Lake, which is sitting there, and it's a giant magmatic sulphide target. We just haven't nailed the massive sulphide, and we're getting closer. And these new techniques, these new targeting techniques, will migrate that seamlessly from the mine area, where we can prove it's working, straight to exploration plays like the Fraser Lake complex.
Yeah, and it really is a sort of watch and see and wait until you start sort of getting the results from all the studies and where we're going next.
Yeah, unfortunately, we'd like to be drilling tomorrow, but you do need the science to back up your targets. And it is a laborious project,
Yep.
what we're doing, but it's the detail that we need. And this project's discovered in the mid-40s, and it's been around a long time, and a lot of good geologists have kicked the rock, so we've got need to go that extra step further, and we're
Yep.
putting a lot of science into it. It's delivering results, obviously, and we just need to make sure that we get it right each time. We can't afford to waste drill holes on
Yep.
and drilling interesting holes.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well, it's good to see you. We haven't crossed paths for quite some time, so it's always good to catch up and
You too, Bob, yeah.
what's happening out there at Lynn Lake, because it is a very interesting story, a fascinating story, as you say. It's been a long time in the making, not just for you, but the whole study,
Yeah.
the whole story overall. So it's going to be interesting to see what Corazon mining can do with it.
We believe it's something special. Terry obviously supports that belief. He's come on board, boots
Yep.
and all. So, yeah, I think the next few months are going to be quite good for us.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing some more news. Brett Smith, thanks for being at the Resources Roadhouse.
Thanks, Will.
Cheers.